I'm not quite sure what is in the pond.
Yeah.
Don't put your hand.
No. Be careful, the barbed wire. Yeah.
Gotta remember my phone's there, so.
Okay, is it international or international?
You know what?
It's both, but
It could be
international.
either. In
I thought
international.
it was.
Yeah.
In the U.S. it's international.
Yeah, no one
They'll
says it
never
like
say international in the U.S.
Okay, cool. Right, we rolling? Okay, I'll do a quick intro and where we go. Have you got the Firevolt flashes on? Oh, right, so I put that up. Hi, I'm Dave Cyderbaby for Rock Radio UK. I'm with the band that delivered the best set of the whole weekend. The Last Internationale.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hello. Thanks for having us.
Well, thank you. I mean, I missed you at Stillhouse the other day. And everybody was raving about it. And today I just sat on the grass thinking, I'm just going to listen to some nice old fashioned blues rock. And I was mesmerised the entire set. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You have made my weekend here.
She's the star of the show. Look at that. Look what's going on over there.
That's true. She actually Layla ended the whole set, right? You were like at the last note and you made the move. She went like that. So.
Yeah. Luca was mesmerised by your drummer, by the way.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he's going to be a drummer.
Hitting things.
Yeah.
So, I reviewed an album. I think it's the first album I ever reviewed back in 2019.
Okay.
So roughly about there. So, but I don't know too much about you. So just please tell the listeners, the viewers, about yourself.
Well, our first official album.
Sorry, where you're from, who you are.
I was born in New York. I'm from New York. I was born in the Bronx.
Yep.
Don't go back that far, lady. I was born in the Bronx.
We actually met, and when we met, it was like more folk. And we were both like, he was learning blues, we were like collecting records and vinyl, and we were very much in this like 1960s, like discovering that music, because like we didn't grow up with that music. It was mostly hip hop in New York and like some rock, but a lot of hip hop. That's what we really started in high school with. So when we got into rock, it was like, oh my God, and folk music and stuff like that. So we were independent. Now we're independent, but we were signed to a major label for our first official album. That didn't work out. We left LA. We got evicted from our place over there. We got blacklisted. By William Morris, if you want, which is like the biggest agency in the U.S. So we really don't go there. Now we're just an independent band in Europe, and
we're in exile.
Yeah,
we're in exile.
We're in exile.
I mean, you've delivered some outstanding music today. I mean, it reminded me of like early Fleetwood Mac, and then you go forward. I could name several people it reminded me, but it's something that's been missing so much. The whole scene's been crying out for your kind of music over the last couple of years.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
But I do feel sorry for your Stratocaster.
It's surprisingly.
It took a beating tonight.
It did take a beating tonight.
Yeah.
You gotta get him a cheap one.
It's that song, man. I lose control and shit happens. But it's been holding up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been holding up.
Okay.
You should see the case, because like we fly all summer.
Yeah.
We've been taking, I don't know how many flights, maybe 30. We took a lot of flights.
More than 30.
Maybe more, yeah.
It feels like 600.
But the case is like totally falling apart, and we're still checking it. I don't know what's wrong with us, but it's really bad.
Yeah.
So what's happening with you guys? I mean, I don't know what you've released lately and what tours or gigs.
Well, last year we released like another album that we produced ourselves called Running for a Dream. That's our like last release. And then we're working on a protest album. We started singles, releasing Kick Out the Jams by the MC5.
Yeah.
And that's how we started our set. And then
the next one is what is it next?
Masters of War.
Masters of War.
Our own version of Masters of War. So we're doing that.
Okay.
So we decided to do a protest record of old protest music, some more obscure that people haven't heard, some are classics like Masters of War and Kick Out the Jams. We do our own twist to it. We decided to do that as we write and record like the new album.
Yeah.
Because we want to keep putting material out. And I feel like there's such a rich history of social protest music, like in the past, dating way back, way before this rock was even a thing. You know what I'm saying? And so even going back, sometimes she sings like some Parchment Farms, Chain Gang kind of songs, and like this is the stuff I guess we're connected to. Even like Victor Jara out of Chile, a folk singer. And
There's going to be like a Spanish song, a South American Spanish, probably protest song in there. They put everything in there.
Yeah, including original. So it's a way to pay homage and to keep this tradition alive because, quite frankly, we all know that rock is not upholding this tradition. It has abandoned it and left it for dead. You know?
Yeah,
in a time when we need it.
Yeah.
The world needs it.
Yeah.
We all know that, but rock ain't stepping up. I'm like looking at rock artists like, you guys know there's a genocide going on, right? Okay, you don't want to not say nothing? No, all right. That's the world we live in. It's sad. Some artists speak up, and it's not the norm. You know what I mean? And so models are speaking up, actors are speaking up, but rock musicians,
reality stars,
why are they afraid? So it's like, you know what I mean? Like so.
But my influences are like Nina Simone. Marvin Gaye, Bob Marley. Like, there's so many that it was just a natural thing. It's not like, oh, you're a protest band. Some people want to put you in that box. I don't know why. It's just it's just a natural thing for a musician to be in touch with what's going on in the world, or even in touch with, like, I don't know, a lot of the things I feel like rock talks about are like removed from like their person, like their internal struggle. Even if it's an internal struggle, you don't really have much of that. Like maybe it ended in the 90s. I don't know. There was a lot of angst in the 90s.
Yeah,
I don't know when it ended, but now it seems the norm is nothing.
I think it's gone hand in hand as well with the music industry as a whole, because you say you're independent as well, and you can put out something that you want to put out, whereas now you've got to conform to like Spotify playlists to be popular, to be wanted by the record labels.
But we did this when we were signed to Sony. And one song was called Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Indian Blood. And the other song was Killing Fields. And she was saying crazy shit in Killing Fields and in Indian Blood. The label didn't have a problem with it. They allowed it to be on the record. The radio stations had a problem with it. They didn't want to play it. However, Indian Blood did make it to the top 40 charts. The idiot label pulled it and decided to go with another song for a week, and then I'm not even getting into it. It was so idiotic. Our manager
like a
pulled
stressful
it.
Time.
It's so stupid. But anyway, so we were signed to a major with these songs. We didn't bend or compromise to anybody. They didn't want us to make it, like in the studio with some of the producers we're working with. They didn't want us to say what we were saying. We said, we got no fucking choice. This is what we're saying, is who we are. I mean, as human beings, this is who we are as people, not just as artists, but as humans. Like, this is what we think. This is how we feel. We're connected to social movements. You know, we're part of social movements. Like, it is what it is. It's the tradition that we're part of. It's just, we're not going to remove ourselves from it and try to be something we're not.
Okay, just quickly, because I know you've got a few things to do. What's coming up for you guys?
We hope to be back in the UK. We're working on a real tour of like headlining shows next year, like UK, Europe. So we'll be back. So
please.
Hopefully
I need to come. I need to come. I urge anybody who's not seen these guys, just please do come along to the show, because, like I said, it was a Saturday day.
Thank you. And
Thank you so
new
much.
Music and all that, videos. So we're working on an album, a live album, and the protest album, which is coming out. Singles are coming out. So
Excellent.
We got a lot of stuff coming out.
Last Internationale. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you.